So when we really boil down to the core issue, it becomes a housing issue. Most cities in California are dealing with a housing crisis. The supply is basically exceeding the demand, especially on the affordable front. How do we really tackle that problem?
As a resident, I got involved with a neighborhood organization who was trying to help people rebuild and figure out what that means. And at every opportunity, I was pummeled by people asking, how do I find a contractor? What does this mean? How do I do? And at every turn, it was I trying to figure that out myself. And so I set out to build some tools that would bring clarity to those issues, make things more transparent. So this is in an attempt to bring everything together, or what's one place to go to. We created this portal, so to speak, of links to resources. This is our recovery progress map. This is an example of a map that early on was in incredibly high demand as people wanted to know, has my lot been cleaned up from the debris removal? Has my neighbor's lot been cleaned up? What's the status of these things? The next map is looking at the building setbacks and easements and things of that nature, looking at development constraints, trying to help people to understand what those development constraints mean for them. Another aspect of this was digitizing plan sheets. Both these were C2 Group, a local San Diego company who helped us with the drone imagery, and they also geo-referenced and digitized maps and improvement plans. We relied on aerial imagery post-fire to discover what was there, as well as our permitting data.
So this basically represents 15 months of work, and in that time frame, we have almost 70% that are going through the process. And that's 700 families that we're able to get back home, and we're assuming that that'll go over 1,200 by the end of the year. So the importance of getting data sets accurate, we did a lot of that in 3 months really to get all that going. We made a major transition in that turnaround, in that time frame, so it can be done. So those were really the lessons we learned at more of the higher level on how we can really support the technology. Really on the political side, you have to convince your political body that it works, and they have to learn how to invest money in that for the future. And we did learn that lesson as part of the disaster recovery. So just in closing, a quick thanks to the C2 Group. This was the creative nature and the ability of really compiling data. We needed assistance with it, and they were willing to help us out and step up and understand the demands and the sensitivities that our community was going through.